Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for, this is your December bonus reading. I almost forgot. It's early. It's only 7:30 here, Libra, but let's see what is going on for you. We're going to do just like a Celtic cross here, and you have the Four Swords as your just general energies. And the Four Swords is like coming off a period of resting, relaxing, recovering. To me, especially in a Celtic cross, like if you start with the Four Swords, to me, it suggests that you are entering into a period of action, is literally what I was going to say. And you have the Chariot right here. So, I think that you are going from like a period of time where you have maybe not been taking action on things to a period of just action. Again, like I said, whenever you show up with the Four Swords in your current general energies in a Celtic cross, to me, it's like how you're entering into the reading. And, I don't know, I've always just taken it as basically you taking action on something. So, that's what I feel here. And I also feel that for a lot of you, that this could say that there are blessings coming in for you. You have the Nine of Pentacles here. You end with the Four Wands. Four Wands doesn't have to be marriage. Four Wands can just be a celebration, something that makes you happy. I look at Four Wands as a finish line card. To me, it represents crossing some sort of finish line, like completing something. We'll talk about that in a minute. For your crossing energy, you have you showing up. The crossing energy in a Celtic cross can be what hurts you or helps you. And, again, you're showing up as yourself, which kind of puts you in a position of power and strength. But at the same time, it could say that you haven't been feeling yourself, which is kind of like, again, I read intuitively, and that's really more what I'm feeling here, is that maybe you haven't been feeling like yourself, or maybe you've just been feeling off. I don't really get that it's a big deal or anything. I think that you're just moving past it. Even in the area of your thoughts, like what's on your mind, you have the King of Swords, which just tells me, which again, could be you, and also just tells me that you are kind of like in the highest vibration air energy right now. So, like I said, I'm not too worried about this if you haven't been feeling yourself. The King of Swords is like very clear-minded, and really that's what I'm getting here, Libra, is that you are very clear-minded at this time. I think your thoughts are clear. It's like you're thinking about the right things. That's what's popping into my head. I also feel that you are very focused. You have so many cards of focus here. You go Nine of Pentacles. She has this falcon on her hand, and that falcon represents the fact that she is training her focus. You go to the Chariot. The Chariot is kind of like focused in the sense that he's leaving the city behind him behind. You have the Eight of Wands here, which is also a card of focus. So, very focused reading. In the area of your foundation, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, I feel that this is talking about progress. Normally, I don't like the Knight of Pentacles, but what I would say is you go up to a growth card here. And the reason that this is important is because he has these empty fields behind him. And, the Knight of Pentacles, to me, kind of represents, it's like says you have an opportunity to grow something, to plant some seeds, but he's not doing it. He's not making a move. It's like he has everything he needs, but he's not doing it. But again, you go to the Nine of Pentacles, which tells me that you are making moves, and you have the Chariot, which is a card of action. Next, in the area of your past, this is the energy of what you are leaving in the past, what you are moving past. You have the Five of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So I do feel like some of you are kind of like just letting go of conflict and competition, on a very like kind of weird level. I feel like some of you are just being more mature. It's like, it's almost like you're just like ignoring the trolls or the haters in your life. You're just not even giving it time, effort, or energy. I literally feel that this could be like more of a personal thing, where just on a personal level, you just aren't giving into negative energies. It's kind of like, it's not like really popping into my head as anything, I think it's just like a maturity thing. You even have the King of Swords here in the area of what's on your mind. The King of Swords on the highest vibration version of the King of Swords, he is very mature. He is he only kind of worries about himself. He doesn't cause problems with people or any of that other stuff. He doesn't he's not looking for a problem, right? And I kind of feel that for you here, where it's like you're not looking for a problem. You're not looking to create problems. You're not looking to have problems. You're looking to avoid all that stuff, which is great. Again, I really feel that you're kind of moving past it. Any of the problems. If anyone's tried to cause problems with the Eight of Wands, which could be communication. So if you've been dealing with people who have been communicating things with you, trying to cause an issue, a problem in your life, it looks like you're avoiding it. The other thing is that this, both cards to me represent socializing, and, both of these cards. So if you've had any problems with, social events or any issues with people that you do socialize. It looks to me like, again, you are moving past that. We are going to clarify the reading, so I'm sure we'll get more detail on that. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Love the Nine of Pentacles, especially for you. I feel like you're very focused right now. You have 3 really good focus cards, I would say, so far. She has this glove on her hand and the falcon, which says she is very, very focused. I remember, I think it was last year or the year before, I can't remember, but because of you, Libra, I did environment readings because you kept getting the Nine of Pentacles with me. I remember this. And, the reason I say that is that there's a snail right here, and snails wear their homes on their backs. So the Nine of Pentacles can represent your environment. And I definitely feel that you are still one of the signs where I would be very careful of your environment. I do feel now that Uranus is kind of like well into Taurus. We have Jupiter in Taurus as well. The tiny little change that I would make to this energy is I would say that not only is your environment important, but it's more connected to your story. It's like, obviously, if there are negative influences in your environment, which could be anything, people, places, or things, right? Then that is going to affect your story. So I would just even zoom out a little bit further, right? And with the Nine of Pentacles, I would make sure that you're creating the story that you want to tell, or the story that you want for your life. And, that's really what I'd be focusing on. But again, I feel like you're also making progress here. Even though we go to the Eight of Swords, doesn't matter. I still feel you're going from the Knight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, which tells me you are making progress. Even in the area of the next few months, you have the Chariot, which says you are making progress. And you're also finding, I feel like you're finding places to be successful. That's really what I'm getting. To me, the Chariot is a card of the times. I think that the Chariot is going to come up quite a bit over the next few years. It already has. It comes up for everybody, like all of a sudden, just starting, I would say it was like June or July this year that everyone started getting the Chariot. And again, I think that this is astrological because, I think we're all being encouraged to leave our comfort zones, which he's leaving the city behind him behind. And he's also setting himself apart. So, again, I think a big part of this is that we need to set ourselves apart, especially with Pluto going into Aquarius, especially with you being an air sign. I would say that setting yourself apart is going to be, and being unique is going to be important. And, you might be saying, well, Pluto, Aquarius is a collective. Yes, but we don't want to become a hive mind, right? Part of Pluto and Aquarius is that I think we need to be an inspiration, but that doesn't mean we just become sort of blob that exists on the earth, right? So we should do things to inspire the collective, I believe, but we shouldn't necessarily just become a part of the collective, if that makes sense, as in we all become one thing, So I think that's what, it's like, that's the good and the bad of Pluto and Aquarius. It's like, on one hand, everybody's going to want to, come together, but too much, On the other hand, I think we could all do an amazing stuff to inspire everybody at the same time. So, it's about balance, right? And you're a Libra, so you understand that. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Temperance card. I'm hearing hidden enemies exposed. Literally just popped into my head out of nowhere as well. So, some of you, it's like if you've had a hidden enemy, I feel like they could be being exposed, or you could be seeing something about that. But for the most part, just based off of you having the Five of Wands and the Eight of Wands in that past position, it looks to me like you are, just balancing relationships in general. We're not just talking about love. We're talking about every relationship. I wouldn't even say this is a love relationship reading. You have the Four of Wands here. Could be marriage. And to me, love is always available to us. But, to me, this is more about you. And I feel this is just saying you're balancing your close relationships. And that's, pretty much it. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Eight of Swords. I think that we all could be feeling this way as well, just feeling like we're out of options. But, it's pretty simple. If you think that there's only one way to do things, Eight of Swords just says open up to all the ways of doing things. There are many ways of doing things. So just, do that. And finally, your outcome is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands, of course, is a card of marriage. Some of you could be thinking about getting married or hoping that you can meet a person that you get married to. I do feel like some of you could be meeting a person that you will marry. I mean, you've been getting love with me for a while, so, if you don't have love yet, it's coming. This person could be a little stuck, is what I would say. We go like this, Knight of Pentacles to the Eight of Swords. So it's like you could be attracting a person who's like a little bit stuck or a little bit afraid to move forward. So, I don't know. I think this person will kind of break out of this. We're going to look when we clarify. Four of Wands also as an outcome really tells me that you are in a period of completion. Four Wands is like a finish line card. It's a card of crossing a finish line, kind of like finishing something up, getting to the other side. So it looks to me like a lot of you are like completing things. Let's see. With the Four Swords, you're all going to hate me. With the Four Swords and the Justice card, Aries, right? Every single freaking Libra reading, you get an Aries. So it could be an Aries. Again, I want to stress that you get this so much. You get these, either the King of Wands or the Emperor with me every freaking reading, right? This could also just say that you are bossing up. Both cards to me, both represent bossing up, being a boss in some way. The Emperor is like more in control. Maybe he takes action more. He's ready to take action as well. To me, the King of Wands is more like entrepreneurial. So for any of you that want to be entrepreneurial or whatever, this could be you kind of working on work or business. But it also could be an Aries coming in for you. With the King of Swords, you have the Ten of Cups. So that makes sense. It's like you're very protective over your own happiness. Again, the King of Swords is showing up in the area of your thoughts. The Ten of Cups, literally, the people on the Ten of Cups are choosing to focus on those 10 cups that are above them, and it represents the fact that they are focusing on their happiness and joy. Or, it represents that they are focusing on things that make them, that bring in more happiness and joy into their lives. So, I always look at the Ten of Cups as a choice, because you have to make the choice to be happy, and it's just that simple. Also, could be love. Like you could be thinking about getting into a relationship or something. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, work hard, play hard. Again, everybody gets this as well. I think we're in a time where, we could swing to one side or the other. We could be working too much, or we could be not working enough, right? And so, again, balance is going to be very, very important. It's just because, I don't know, I think that there's a little bit of extreme energy going on. And one thing I will say is that we have Neptune going into Pisces, and that'll be basically at the beginning of 2026. And I'm sorry, Neptune is leaving Pisces, going into Aries. And I know that's like a couple years away, but I don't care, is what I'd say. Neptune and Pisces in Aries is extremism. And, it's like one of those things where, number one, I think we'll see like cults, kind of like the rise of cults during Neptune and Aries. We do every single time, although, it's been a long time since that happened last. But also, we could fall into extremes, like we can get super lazy, or we can work too much as well. So we just have to remember balance, right? And I would start now. But also, by the way, I love the Two of Pentacles for earnings, for money. To me, the Two of Pentacles, there's kind of like a little known meaning of the Two of Pentacles, that the Two of Pentacles can represent a settlement, but it's like the universe is settling up with you. So if you've been doing work on something and haven't been getting paid, or haven't been getting paid your worth or something, this could be the universe is kind of bringing you a settlement. With the Five of Wands and the Eight of Wands, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Yep, Nine of Pentacles twice. So like I said, your focus and what you focus on is going to be super important. I would make sure you're focusing on good stuff in your life. I would also make sure that you're focusing on nurturing like the skills that make you extremely successful here, because the Nine of Pentacles is a card of kind of like, having a skill. She has these, I'll show you on this one, but she has these grapes behind her, and grapes in the tarot represent something that's difficult to grow. And so it kind of says that she has a skill that requires skill in the first place, but it could make her very successful. So, it kind of says if you have any hidden talents, gifts, skills, or abilities, those things could make you very successful. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Wands. I'm telling you right now, this whole part here, really tells me that you are protecting your peace. I kind of said that with the King of Swords, with the Ten of Cups. I said that, that Ten of Cups, it gave me the vibes of you protecting your happiness, or whatever I said a couple seconds ago. I don't really remember, but, again, it kind of gives me the vibes that you could be protecting your peace, or your happiness, or your joy, your abundance, whatever. And, the Seven of Wands is my card of drawing a line in the sand. I feel like I've said this to you before as well. Seven of Wands, it's like he is defending his position at the top of the hill on the Seven of Wands, but he's not letting anything up the hill, So it kind of says that he is really protecting something. And to me, it looks like at the top of the hill here, right here, you are protecting your joy, your happiness, or something like that. I'm also getting here that there's something coming in for you that might be worth protecting. Like you could be getting into a relationship that's worth protecting. With the Chariot, here you go. We have the Lovers. So are you kidding me? Definitely this right here says that there could be a person coming in, and I feel it's worth protecting the relationship at all costs, like whatever that means for you, right? So could be a very solid connection. The other thing is that plain and simple, this to me says that you are making a choice. The Lovers is about having two paths to choose from, and it's like an old path or a new path. Traditionally, the Lovers was being at a crossroads, and again, the Chariot is leaving the city behind him. And he also has those two Sphinxes. They are facing in opposite directions. The Sphinxes represent like the mysteries of the universe. They're also holding their tails in their hands. So it says like they have a good handle. It basically says the universe knows where you've come from and, understands your past and everything like that. So there's like an element of needing to trust that he's being led in the right direction because he doesn't really know where he's going. He's just like trying to set himself apart. So again, a lot of you could be at a crossroads where you're trying to make a new decision. You have the Two of Swords, definitely a decision card. You have the Two of Cups as well. But to me, this says you're on like the path to success, This is the path to glory back here with this glowing crown. So some of you, it's like this little, like an unknown journey could be bringing you success or something like that. With the Temperance card, you have the Fool. The Fool says it's time to take a leap of faith. I definitely feel it's time for you to take a leap of faith here towards something, new, something bigger and better in your life. And that's what you could be doing. I also feel that you are surrounding yourself with better people. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's impossible right now to be around toxic people for almost everyone. So, it doesn't surprise me to see this stuff about like entering into new connections and all that other stuff. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, if you are stuck, Three of Pentacles could represent teamwork. So if you're stuck in any area of your life, Three of Pentacles says ask a friend or, ask a person who can support you. I say every single reading that I get the King of Swords. The King of Swords to me can represent like an expert, a mentor. I've been exporting lists of things all day. I just have the word export stuck in my head, although that might make sense to some of you. But this could be an expert is what I was trying to say, the King of Swords. And, so if you have any problem at all, the King of Swords really is one of those cards that's kind of like a clue card, and it says that you need to find an expert for the issue or the challenge that you're facing because, it represents a person who will solve your problem very, very quickly. With the Four of Wands, you have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands like getting to the end, again, getting to the finish line, right? That's really what I feel here. The Ten of Wands, he's carrying a burden, but personally, I like the Ten of Wands. I know some readers don't, but, to me, he's carrying that heavy burden. But the story of the Ten of Wands is that he planted those wands, and it's his harvest. He is bringing them to his home in the background. So, I feel like it's been a long, hard journey, and you're about to reach your finish line is really quite simply what this reading is saying with that Four of Wands and the Ten of Wands there. So it's kind of like you're either having, and you have this victory card, I'll show you in a minute. So it's like you're either having a victory or you're completing a difficult journey, and I really feel like that's what this is kind of talking about. It's kind of like The Hobbit. This reading is saying an unexpected journey, right? You have this Dark Woman card. It says dealings or relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. I kind of feel like this is you. It doesn't matter what gender you are. And, I feel like it's just saying the person I'm reading for, you, right? And you have this V card. It says victory in some endeavor. So, I think it's due time for you to have a victory or to have a win. I think it's time for you to kind of cross a finish line as well. Again, you have that Four of Wands. The Ten of Wands, you've been putting in the work. It's almost like this is a very simple reading. Again, there's no reason to overcomplicate it, right? I don't like to overcomplicate my readings anyway, but what I would say here is it's pretty simple. I think you're crossing a finish line, ending a long journey. You have this Tree card. It says affairs with your family. Again, there's something going on with the people that you surround yourself with. I would say overall positive, good thing. It doesn't even look like a bad thing. I got the word mature. It's almost like a mature thing. You're just, saying I can spend time with these people. I can't spend time with these people. It's like pretty simple. So, that's what's going on here. You have this flag. It says, don't be tempted to lower your standards. Yes, I think you need to maintain your standards and don't allow people to manipulate you into being in relationships with them or, being friends with them or anything like that, right? Don't allow people to gaslight you or whatever. It's kind of popping into my head. I had a person years ago who, we ended our relationship, right? And I said that, basically I just wanted to move on with my life and that was it. And they tried to basically gaslight me by saying, so you're saying we can only be friends if we're together or something like that. I don't remember exactly what they said to me, but I remember thinking like that, how freaking manipulative is that? It's like, no, it's like, not that I want to be friends with you, but it's like, I cannot be friends with people that I've been in relationships with that's just the type of person I am. So, again, I kind of have that story popping in my head. I never even thought about that. So again, weird, that might be happening to you where it's like, you might have a weird friend or it could be a past lover who's like, tries to say something to manipulate you into something. And, It's popping into my head. So I feel like this is saying you don't owe anyone any of your time, effort, attention, or anything, right? And so there you go. You have this teapot card. It says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. There's a lot of stuff going on with like socializing here, and it seems to me like you're just socializing in general with better people. You have this coins card. It says money will be coming to you. The whole entire reading, yeah, amazing reading for money for sure. You have this fire card. It says strong emotions, passionate love or hate. I do feel there could be love coming in here. I wouldn't really call this a love reading, but again, as far as I'm concerned, who cares what comes up in a tarot reading? Love is always available to us. So if you take the time to go and get it, you'll find it. But, there you go. Pretty simple. Love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.